Metropolitan France is the part of France located in Europe. It includes mainland France and nearby islands in the Atlantic Ocean, in the English Channel, and in the Mediterranean Sea, including Corsica. By contrast, overseas France is the collective name for the part of France located outside Europe. French overseas regions, territories, collectivities, and the sui generis collectivity of New Caledonia. Metropolitan France and overseas France together form what is officially called the French Republic. Metropolitan France accounts for 82.2% of the land territory, 3.3% of the exclusive economic zone, and 95.9% of the population of the French Republic. The five overseas regions, Martinique, Guadeloupe, Réunion, French Guiana, and Mayotte, have the same political status as Metropolitan France's regions. Metropolitan France and these five overseas regions together are sometimes called La France Entière by the French administration, especially by INSEE, although in reality this France Entière does not include the French overseas collectivities and territories which have more autonomy than the overseas departments. Until its independence in 1962, Algeria was a part of Metropolitan France. In overseas France, a person from Metropolitan France is often called a metro, short for metropolitan. Origin of the name. The term, Metropolitan France, dates from the country's colonial period, when France was referred to as La Métropole as distinguished from its colonies and protectorates, known as les colonies or la Empire. Similar terms existed to describe other European colonial powers. This usage of the words metropolis and metropolitan itself came from ancient Greek metropolis, which was the name for a city-state from which originated colonies across the Mediterranean. By extension, metropolis and metropolitan came to mean motherland, a nation or country, as opposed to its colonies overseas. Today there are some people in overseas France who object to the use of the term La France Métropolitaine due to its colonial origins. They prefer to call it the European territory of France, as the treaties of the European Union do. Likewise, they oppose treating overseas France and Metropolitan France as separate entities. For example, INSEE used to calculate its statistics for Metropolitan France only, and then treat the overseas departments and territories separately, but people in the overseas departments oppose this separate treatment, arguing that the five overseas departments are fully part of France. As a result, since the end of the 1990s, INSEE has included the five overseas departments in its figures for France. INSEE refers to Metropolitan France and the five overseas departments as La France Entière. The whole of France includes the five overseas departments, but does not include the other overseas collectivities and territories. Other branches of the French administration may have different definitions of what La France Entière is. For example, when the Ministry of the Interior releases election results, they use the name La France Entière to refer to the entire French Republic, including all of overseas France and not just the five overseas departments, contrary to INSEE. Note that since INSEE now calculates statistics for La France Entière, this practice has spread to international institutions so that, for instance, the French GDP published by the World Bank includes Metropolitan France and the five overseas departments. The World Bank refers to this as France only, and not the whole of France, as INSEE does. Statistics. Metropolitan France covers a land area of 551,695 square kilometers, while overseas France covers a land area of 119,394 square kilometers, for a total of 671,089 square kilometers in the French Republic. Thus, Metropolitan France accounts for 82.2% of the French Republic's land territory. At sea, the exclusive economic zone of metropolitan France covers 334,604 square kilometers, while the EEZ of overseas France covers 9,821,231 square kilometers, for a total of 10,155,835 square kilometers in the French Republic. Thus, metropolitan France accounts for only 3.3% of the French Republic's EEZ. As of November 1, 2015, 64,386,000 people lived in metropolitan France, while 2,742,000 lived in overseas France, for a total of 67,128,000 inhabitants in the French Republic. Thus, metropolitan France accounts for 95.9% of the French Republic's population. In the second round of the 2007 French presidential election, 37,342,004 French people cast a ballot. 35,907,015 of these cast their ballots in metropolitan France, 1,088,679 cast their ballots in overseas France, and 346,310 cast their ballots in foreign countries. The French National Assembly is made up of 577 deputies, 539 of whom are elected in metropolitan France, 27 in overseas France, and 11 by French citizens living in foreign countries. Mainland France. Mainland France, or just the mainland, does not include the French islands in the Atlantic Ocean, English Channel or Mediterranean Sea, the largest of which is Corsica. In Corsica, people from the mainland part of metropolitan France are referred to as les continentaux. A casual synonym for the mainland part of metropolitan France is hexagon, for its approximate shape, and the adjective hexagonal may be a casual synonym of French.